Hello, beautiful people, and welcome. In this video, we are talking about interior and exterior angles of triangles and convex polygons. As always, if I make a mistake, I am a human. Please let me know where the mistake occurs so that way I may learn from it and not make that mistake ever again. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Now, this is an examples video, so we're not going to be going through in depth of each theorem that we are using. Just make sure, especially if you're in my class, that you know your reasoning. You can't just do something without knowing why you're doing it and explaining that reasoning. For example, in question number 1, it's asking us to find x. Solve for x. Well, how do I solve for x? Well, I know that because of the triangle angle sum theorem, I'm using a pencil. We're going to give this a try. I notice that you guys can't see it, I'll switch to a marker. You know, it's one of those things when you find something that's you really enjoy. I enjoy pencils. All right, so triangle angle sum theorem states that if you have the measurement of angle A plus the measurement of angle B plus the measurement of angle C, that equals to 180 degrees. Yeah, let's switch to a marker. That didn't last really long. That's okay. So the measurement of angle A, it doesn't really matter which one's A, B, C. It just means that 80 plus 30 degrees plus whatever this is equals 180 degrees. Now, I know some of you in my class already know that we're just going to subtract these two numbers from 80. So I'm going to subtract 80 here. I'm going to subtract 30. I'm going to subtract 30. And that's going to give us our angle measure of x. So let's do that on our calculator. I have my calculator here. 180 minus 80 minus 30, and that is 70. Now, one question that does come up is, can my angle measure be negative? No. Angle measure is a measure of distance. The unit of distance is in degrees. You cannot travel a negative quantity. You either don't travel or you travel. However, if you are solving for x, like in example 2 here, x can be negative as long as when you plug it in, it gives you a positive angle measure. So you can plug in, for example, this is not the answer, it may be, but it's not. You can do negative 2 plus 34, that's still a positive value. But let's go ahead and check out what this is. Again, because of the angle sum theorem, that means that I have right angle, this is 90 degrees, 90 plus 58 plus, now we have this angle right here, which is x plus 34, and that's equal to 180 degrees. Same thing like we did, I'm going to subtract 90, I'm going to subtract 58, subtract 90, subtract 58, and I'm also going to subtract 34, subtract 34. You can do this all in multiple steps, or you can do it in one step like I'm doing here. I'm going to bring down my x. So we have, once again, 180 minus 90 minus 58 minus 34. Oh, you guys, I wasn't even trying. Wow, look at that. It is negative 2. I'm a little proud of myself and also a little worried how I got that negative 2. So again, I promise you I didn't know that. That's you guys can't see it, but that totally just made my day. Okay, so because x is negative 2, that's okay, because when we plug in negative 2 here, that is equal to a positive value. So negative 2 plus 34, that's equal to a positive 32 degrees. So that means 32 plus 90 plus 58 should equal 180 degrees, and it does. All right, let's go ahead and move on to example number 3. Same thing, internal angle sum. Let's go ahead and solve for the measure of angle A. So this is angle A, so this is the measure of angle A, and the measure of angle A is equal to 9x minus 5. Now again, we're going to be using that internal sum angle theorem of triangles. So we have 9x minus 5, 16x plus 60, that's equal to 180 degrees. Now this one's a little bit more complicated because we have 9x and 16x, but we're going to start off the same. I'm going to undo both sides with my numbers. I'm going to subtract 60, And I'm going to do the opposite. So now I am adding 5. So 5 goes away, 60 goes away. I'm left over with 9x plus 16x on this left side. And on the right-hand side, I have 180 minus 60 plus 5. I have 125. 16 plus 9, that is 25. X is equal to 125. Dividing by 25, dividing by 25. X is then equal to, and if you guys, if I'm going too fast, please stop the video and slow it down. So I have 5. Now, it depends on what it's asking us. If it's asking us to solve for x, we have 5. In this case, it's asking us to solve for the measure of angle A. So that means I have 9 times 5 minus 5. That's equal to the measure of A. So in my calculator, I have 9 times 5 minus 5. And that equals to 40. 40 what? Kittens, puppets, puppies. What are we doing? We're doing degrees. So this is 40 degrees. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Sometimes you'll see something like this, which is 2 triangles combined. It looks like a bow tie. So in this triangle here, we have 40, 25, and an unknown. In this one here, we have 2 unknowns. We don't know this x value. We also don't know this value here. I'm going to choose to start with this triangle. This triangle, I know that 40 plus 25 degrees plus some amount equals 180 because of the triangle angle sum theorem. So that means I'm going to subtract 40, subtract 25, subtract 40, subtract 25. Here's my dotted line. So that means this unknown angle, we're going to call it question mark. You can put x if you want, is 180 minus 40 minus 25, and that is 115. So that means this 115 goes here, 115 degrees. And I'm going to double check my math because I know this triangle needs to add up to 180. So 115 plus 40 plus 25, yes, it is 180. So now we're looking at this triangle. Because we have 2 unknowns, we can't really do much with it. If we have 1 unknown, then yay, we can do it. So we're going to take a look. Let's see if I can do a highlighter. We're going to take a look at these 2 angles here, this one and this one. And what do we know about these 2 angles? Hopefully you use that quiet moment to shout at the screen saying, these are vertical angles. And if you did that, you are absolutely right. These 2 are vertical angles. What does that mean? That means they are angles that are across from each other. And what does that mean? That means they are congruent. And what does that mean? That means they are equal in measure. So if this one is 115 degrees, that means this question mark is also 150 degrees. And if we have 115 and 30, that means what does x have to be? I'm not even going to write it down. Maybe I will off to the side. See if my pencil can still hold up. Here's 180. I'm going to subtract 115, and I'm going to subtract 30. So that means I have 180 minus 115 minus 30. That means my unknown angle measure for x is equal to 35 degrees. Now that is for interior angle sum, meaning the angles are all inside of the triangle. Now we do have an exterior angle theorem. Now the exterior angle theorem says that if we have an angle on the outside, so let's say this blue angle here, if we have an angle on the outside, that angle, in this case 23x minus 3, is equal to the sum of the 2 opposite angles. They're called I believe they're called the relative angles, but I could be wrong. I think that's what it's called. So what that means is you take the opposite angles, not the adjacent, the opposite angles, and you're just going to add them up, set it equal to this angle that's on the outside. So I have 56 plus 14x minus 5. And now we're going to solve for x in this example. So I'm going to do kind of dotted line to separate it. I have 56 minus 5 here. I have a minus 3. So it's your choice if you want to combine like terms first or if you want to move the 14x first. It doesn't matter. As long as you keep things separate here, that's fine. So you got 23 minus 14. So that means I got 9x. I'm going to bring down that minus 3. I'm going to bring down that 56. I'm going to bring down that minus 5. So on my left-hand side, I still have that 9x minus 3. On my right-hand side, I have 56 minus 5, which is 51. I'm going to add 3 to both sides. So 9x is equal to 51 plus 3. That is 54. Dividing it by 9, x is equal to 6. Again, if I'm going too fast, pause this video and take a moment to write things down, rewind as many times as you need. All right, let's go ahead and move on. This one's also asking for x. Again, external angle. So notice this angle here. I'm going to highlight that in blue or color that in blue. That is the external angle. Think exit. Exit is outside. When you're exiting a building, you're going outside of that building. This is our exterior angle. This is our two opposite angles. And the sum of those two opposite angles add up to this exterior angle. So that means 11 plus 11x is equal to 86 plus 4x minus 5. Again, combine like terms if you want. Last time we did not combine like terms, so this time you will. 86 minus 5, that is 81. So I'll do 4x plus 81. That's equal to 11x plus 11. Now I did kind of do a switcheroo there. It doesn't matter as long as they're both positive because both of them are positive originally. So what do I have here? Not sure why I drew a line, so I'm just going to rewrite that one more time. Great things are happening with this question. I'm going to subtract 11, subtract 11. So I have 11x is equal to 4x. And 81 minus 11, that is equal to 70, positive. I'm going to subtract 4x, subtract 4x. I'm going to try to shift this up just a little bit. So I have 11 minus 4, that is 7. So I have 7x is equal to 70. Dividing by 7, running out of space here, so I'm going to try my best. X is equal to 10. Now, if it's asking you for like example, what is the measure of the exterior angle, you just take your x value, plug it in, and solve. In this case, it would be 11 plus 11 times, what did we say, 10. Type that into the calculator. Don't think too much on this. 11 plus 11 times 10. Let the calculator do the hard, difficult work for you. And that would be equal to 121 degrees. All right, moving on to our last theorem in this section. This is our convex polygon theorem, which means that the angle sum is equal to n times, oops, excuse me, that is not equal to n times. That is n minus 2 times 180. Now, in my class, we already did a little bit of a cheater way of doing this. Let's say you don't remember the formula on the test. That's okay. If you can draw a picture like this, choose an angle, it doesn't matter which one, and then draw triangles. Now note, if I was to draw a line to the adjacent angle, if I was to draw the line here to the next angle, that doesn't create a triangle. Neither does this one. So what we do is we go to the ones that are not connected to the angle you've chosen. This is a triangle 1, triangle 2, triangle 3. So you have 3 triangles. Each triangle angle sum, we already know from the previous examples, is equal to 180. So if we have 3 triangles and we have 180 degrees, so you're doing 3 times 180. And that gives you 540 degrees for the total interior angle sum for this polygon. Now, what if you have no picture? For example, this is a 14gon, meaning it has 14 angles and sides. So 14 angles and 14 sides. It is a regular polygon, which means that all of the sides are the same angles, all of the sides are the same measures, and angles are the same measure. So all you have to do is use the formula. So angle sum is equal to n minus 2 times 180. N is your angles, so we're typing in 14 minus 2 times 180. Now, if you want to do 14 minus 2 in your head, you can. I don't want to. I want the calculator to do all of the thinking for me. So I'm just going to type this in exactly how I see it here. I'm going to press enter once, and that gives me 2,160 degrees for the total sum of the angles in this polygon. Now, a different type of question we haven't really done is find the measure of 1. Originally I wrote the, but it should be the one interior angle. So regular polygon means all of the angles are the same, okay? So we want to find out what is one of those angles. So let's go ahead and do the angle sum first. And we know the angle sum is n minus 2 times 180. So that means if you want to draw your triangles, you can. I personally don't want to. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9 sides, 9 angles. I'm going to type that into the calculator and do 9. Oops, you guys can't see that. 9 minus 2 times 180. So that gives me angle sum is 1,260. And that means that the measurement of angle 1 plus the measurement of angle 2 plus the measurement of angle 3 plus the measurement of angle 4 plus the measurement of angle 5 plus the measurement of angle 6, almost done, plus the measurement of angle 7 plus the measurement of angle 8 plus the measurement of angle 9. All of that is equal to 1,260. What this is asking you is, what is one of these angle measures? Well, guess what? Because it is a regular polygon, this one, 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 all 9 of these angles are the exact same measure. So think of it as each one being x. So this is like saying I have 9x equals to 1,260. I'm going to divide 9. So that means that each one angle is 1,260. I'm typing that into my calculator, divided by 9. That means each angle is 140 degrees. All right, beautiful people, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!